Hey guys, chilling on a podcast. Social distancing because it is cool.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to whoever and wherever you are. My name's Harry Barr. This is the 27 podcast, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Ben Butler and Bibi Joe.
Oh, I'm loving that. Harry.
Bibi Joe.
Oh, yes. How boys, we okay?
Yeah, how are you all doing this week?
I'm grand.
Very well. I'll tell you, I am sore today. I am
Really?
sore.
How come?
Yeah, yesterday I had, it's great. So yesterday was Super Saturday. So everything, basically life is back to normal.
Everything's back to normal.
Apart from swimming pools.
Coronavirus is still around.
Swimming pools and gyms
but
aren't
you
open.
can't go to the gym. Anyways, yesterday I went and played a bit of cricket. But I didn't just play like a little bit. We did it at Westmere Cricket Club. We did the net session. It was only about 8 of us, I'd say, and it kind of whistled down as the thing went on. But it was 2 hours, and like I was proper sending it. Like I was really happy to be back. But my God, I was like sweating so much. But like it was good because it was good bit of exercise.
Good to get some exercise in, yeah.
Oh, I am sore on my body. I was doing a bit of bowling. Loved a bit of batting, but
I was about to say, are you more of a bowler or a batter or an
no?
all-rounder?
See, I'm a batter.
I reckon you got an arm, Ben.
I'm a batter. Yesterday, I went right. I was bowling pretty well. Not to toot my own horn, but you might be looking at the new Ben Stokes. But yeah, it was great fun, and but I am feeling it today. But it was just nice, like to be with other people.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
change of scenery.
Exactly. Well, for our YouTube viewers, you'll see that I'm not sat in front of a giant mirror today. I've moved back home because my parents, looked at the situation and was like, well, I think it's safe for us to move back now. So I'm now officially back home, which means at any moment someone could walk through that door and ruin the whole recording. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
Joscel, give everyone the good news.
Yeah, I was about to say
give everyone the
Okay,
good news.
so guys, obviously this week is brilliant, huge news for the podcast. We have set up, I say we, Ben has set up a Facebook page for the podcast.
Yeah.
And in a week, we've managed to accumulate to now, we've got 209 follows. It's probably 212 now, to be honest, in less than a week. That is insane. Thank you
Unbelievable.
so much, guys, for the amount of support that you've given us since we started this. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Thank you so much, honestly, from me personally and from the boys. Really appreciate it massively.
So good. But it's like, obviously that is so good. And I love Facebook because you can invite your friends to it, whereas I'm not like our Instagram page.
Exactly.
Please, could you follow this podcast? Please,
so we can kind of hound people to like the Facebook page because we can just keep sending you invitations.
Well, the thing is, so on Facebook, there's a button to invite all your friends, and I just clicked it, thinking, that'll get it all out of the way. Little did I forget that I still have on my Facebook friends list, the guide we had in Nepal. So this little Nepalese guy who probably has never heard of us, I haven't spoken to for about 4 years. Just like, Harry wants me I'll go like this page for him. Having no clue what the podcast even is.
Nah, it's good though.
Thank you.
There are some people that are liking it, and I'm like, thanks. So I'm like, thanks for the support.
You're like, what?
I'm like, okay. I see you. Yeah.
It's crazy. Honestly, it's great.
So, guys, I've got another bit of news. The My Roadcast podcast competition has sadly ended, and voting has ended as well. So we didn't, unfortunately, we didn't win anything. However, what I couldn't believe was out of 1,776 entries, we came internationally. I think 95th or something. So we were in the top 100 internationally, and then we were also in the top 10 in the UK. So thank you everyone for all their votes. It really, honestly, when I went to go and refresh the page just to have a look and see how we were doing, I was on page 99, 98, 90. Like, it's not here. I'll start at the front and go back, and it was page 6. I found us, and I was over the moon. You guys know when I was constantly messaging the chat, oh my God, we moved up 3 places.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was cool. That was cool. We didn't win anything, but oh well, life goes on. We got a bit of attention, hopefully, and
got our name
put us up in the old charts or something like that. But guys, have you seen what has come out today?
What has come out today?
Kanye West is officially running for president.
He is. Yes.
Yeah.
He's officially declared himself.
Mm-hmm. Is he running? Is he running this cycle? Because I didn't see whether he was running.
Yeah. He's running for 2020 president.
Right. So he has like 6 months? No, not less than that.
Let's ask you a question. Seeing as like he wants to get in the presidential train, which celebrity, because he's classed as one of those, would you think is best fitted to run the USA, be president of the USA?
Oh, so it has to be an American.
Yes.
Person.
I would argue Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I was about to say, I knew you'd say the right. I'm thinking maybe Oprah or something.
You can't look at, I don't think you can look at their physical abilities. You've got to think about, whether they can, their politics good. Like, you've got someone like Robert De Niro, who is very, very vocal about Trump, and he's a stone cold Democrat, and he believes what Trump's doing is really wrong. But I don't think he would necessarily be a good president. I don't know. I think that's too difficult. The thing is, I guess you'd have to know them, and we don't really know them.
Yeah,
obviously,
Kanye's definitely opinionated. Like, I'm not surprised he's running for president.
But the thing is, he'll obviously be an independent candidate, but
it's too late for him to.
They have like the primaries or like the debates. And
it's
always like a Democrat and Republican because they are the biggest parties.
Well, yeah, the US is a two-party state.
I bet you he manages to swing, get himself in on one of those debates.
There's no chance. There's no chance.
Yeah, it's Kanye West, Harry. He'll buy himself into it. He will. I guarantee him one TV debate, he will be on it because he will buy himself into it. Yeah. And the other issue I have with
it will work out actually.
Elon Musk.
He's endorsing him, isn't he?
Yeah, he said he's voting for him.
I think Elon. I mean, I did like Elon a lot, but then like he was pushing for them to end the lockdown like a month ago in America, when like it was the rates were even higher than they are now, and it's like even in America now they're still super duper.
Did you see Trump also yesterday said that 99% of the coronavirus cases that have happened or are happening in America were harmless when they have over 100,000 deaths. The man, he's a clever man. I'll tell you.
Well,
he knows his stuff.
I did see. So he posted something on his personal Facebook. It was like I think it was like cases. That's how it started on the official president's Facebook page. It said cases. I believe if we didn't, the only reason we have so many cases is because we're testing every day. I believe if we slowed down testing, then we wouldn't have as many cases. This is on his personal Facebook page, which I can guarantee he runs himself. So his password must be like password 123. Why doesn't someone just try and hack it?
Well, you'd probably go to jail, wouldn't you? So,
no, for hacking the Facebook page.
Definitely will go.
For hacking the president's Facebook page. It's a bit different, isn't it?
All right, fine. But yeah.
You just see his inbox with Vladimir Putin. Yo, Putin, did you put those bounties on the US troops? What? No,
not at all. Look at me, Donald.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
Okay.
Swiftly moving on, I say. No, the thing with Kanye though is what I wanted to say about it was that you will get people that would probably vote Democrat vote for Kanye West because it's Kanye West. And I feel the Democrats, because I don't think Republicans will do it, but I feel the Democrats will lose some votes because of this. Yeah. I bet you Kanye West gets like a good couple of thousand votes. He'll get more than you think. But like what I'm saying, I mean, I've said it since I want to say since February when they were doing like the thing when Bernie Sanders dropped out of the race and Biden got the nomination. I said, I think Trump will get a second term now because Biden's just not a strong enough candidate to go again. I mean, Donald Trump is his own hype machine, essentially. People are going to vote for him no matter what. And you cannot change those people's minds. Whereas you've got people who really, really liked Bernie, but probably wouldn't be convinced on Biden because of past things or his weaker stance on a lot of stuff. So I think what they might do is look to the more sort of fringe parties, so the Greens and then the I can't remember. There's
another 2 or 3 other parties in the US which like aren't nearly as big, but they can just take away from votes. And what happens is a lot of the time, like a fringe candidate.
Yeah, but
take away.
I guess if you were smart enough, and you would surely look at it as a way of just getting Trump out. Rather
yeah.
You know, if you actually think about it, the way to get Trump out is to vote Democratic, is to vote Biden in. So it's that's what you have to think about. Yeah,
strategic voting, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's what.
Oh, I'm just so glad we don't live in America. Like, I mean, I love the place. I love going there. I think I enjoy the cities. But man, it is a messed up place sometimes. Yeah. It is difficult. It is. Yeah. So these last couple of weeks, I don't know why. Right, lockdown's hitting hard. I've watched everything I can watch on Netflix. I've watched everything on whatever Amazon Prime. So I've had to dive into YouTube. And I've had to go deep to find some stuff to watch. So firstly, a lot of the stuff I've been watching is Conan O'Brien. Because he's really funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah. But the other stuff I've been watching, are you ready for this? I'm absolutely loving it, by the way. It's Pokemon cards unpacking,
unboxings.
You're watching Pokemon cards unboxing?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's this guy.
Reached that point.
There's this guy called Leon Hart, and he's actually a voice actor, and he's got like this really nice voice. And he's like the #1 Pokemon card unboxer on YouTube, and it's so good. I love it. I've been watching, but like he'll pull this card and he'll be like, "Oh my god!" And it'll just be like say like a Charizard, and then he's like, "It's $20,000," and I'm like, "What? What? Just this Pokemon card? I guess that's worth 20 grand."
I guess like because you've got those people who do FIFA pack like FIFA, unpacking. But I feel like the Pokemon thing is a lot more real because it's a real thing you can actually sell for real money. Whereas like on FIFA, it's like, oh, this I could sell this guy for like 1 million like FIFA coins or whatever it is.
Yeah, but it's quite cool.
20,000.
The cards have like but the most expensive card, he pulled the most expensive card. And obviously, there's stuff to do with like whether the centering is perfect and everything. And it is a Charizard again, and it is worth $55,000.
What on earth?
Right, well, guys, we're in the wrong game. We need to get onto the Pokemon card.
Yeah, no, honestly, but it's because these are like the first edition, so you have to buy the box, which is like $2 grand to buy the box, and then you're just praying that there's a good card in there that takes over. Like, so it's like storage hunters, really.
Yeah,
you don't know what you're buying.
Yeah,
and it's cool though. Like, I've just been absolutely spamming out. I won't lie.
Come on, card unboxing. Well, in YouTube news, have you seen? Can't go over you watch it like, oh my god, it's a shiny! It's a shiny!
Well, I'm not like that, but he's like, he gets like really pumped up, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm like,
in other YouTube news, Brie Larson has just started a YouTube channel. I was watching her video today, and she's actually like, she's really, really into it. So like, she's actually like properly got a lighting set up and filming it properly. Like, I think when you see all these late night hosts that have been having to do their show, like, so you've got Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, all the Jimmys doing their late night shows. You can tell like they're just clearly filming it like on an iPad with like no lighting. Whereas Brie Larson's actually got a camera and a mic and lights, and she was talking to actual YouTubers about how to start her channel. So I think she's like properly going to go into it, and we're going to see Brie Larson become a YouTuber, which is going to be interesting.
That's crazy.
Probably until she can start filming again.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but like she's I think she's properly into it. But yeah. Because like, you got Ryan Reynolds, he's done YouTube for a bit. Jack Black's done YouTube. Will Smith's done YouTube quite well as well. I think there's a few celebrities that have done it really, really well.
Aaron Donald recently got YouTube.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did. That was weird to watch.
I mean, everyone just got creative over lockdown. Let's be serious.
That's true. I mean, we started a podcast, so.
Oh yeah, if you have any arty skill in your life, that's what. Oh, sorry, I do want to talk about is the theatres.
Oh,
that's devastating.
Everything is closing. Like, come on, people, let's start. Let's start. Paying attention to them and the music industry as well. What? Yeah. Have you not seen that thing going around where Wetherspoons have asked for £43 million to stay in the route? Which, if you're not boycotting Wetherspoons, I don't know what's wrong with you. And the music industry is asking for 50 million and the government's saying no.
Yeah, well,
It's
I think
just a
they
joke.
said like,
Such
was
a
it
joke.
90% of independent venues are at risk of closing? But that,
Yeah.
like, if you think about, like, that's there's so I think of how many clubs or like literally theaters or just anything that is going to, like, cinemas that could possibly see a massive decline from that. Like, I mean, I've got there's 2 independent cinemas like within a half-hour drive of me, and they're at risk. There's theaters, and yeah, it's quite scary.
Such
actually.
shame.
Yeah,
Go support the theatres, the music industries, because I people obviously love music. Like, you cannot tell me that every person every day must listen to music, like, in some form. I truly believe, and you've got to save those people's jobs and stuff as well. And it's just so sad. Like, the National Theatre cut 5,000 jobs, 500 jobs, something like that. And it's such a magnitude. And a theatre in Southampton, the Nuffield Theatre near where I live, that's permanently closed now. And like, it's just so tough. So tough. Yeah, it's had to shut. And they're not getting the green light. I read somewhere, I can't remember what musical it was, they were talking about it though, and they were saying they've been told their green light is for October.
Jeez.
And that will have to be with social distancing in place. So you think of a 2,000 seater theatre, it would probably be only looking at half full.
I'm just so confused as to why a pub's allowed to open, but not a theatre. Like, I mean, drunk people can't socially distance. Like, I think the police, like the National Police Force, put a thing out today on BBC News. It was basically just like, it's crystal clear that drunk people cannot socially distance because they're under the influence of alcohol. It's ridiculous. Whereas like a theatre where you can easily just put like, a seat, then a gap, then a seat, then a gap, then a seat, then a gap. That's not allowed to open.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Difficult times. So go support your theatres, go support your music industries, boycott Wetherspoons. See ya.
Mic drop.
Oh, I'll tell you what, guys. Do you hear the school bell ring? It's time for Learning with Lamo.
Excuse me, where should you be? You should be in class.
Hello everyone, how are we?
Oh, we're good, thanks.
Good,
how are you?
Lamo, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you, very well. Pubs are open, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be there in a rush.
Yeah,
though.
but did you go?
No, I'm not going for a while. I'm going to
I'm
stay
not going for a couple of
I'm
weeks.
just going to carry drink in the garden. I think that's a bit safer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some crazy times at the moment, I think.
Yeah. It's life is getting back to normal, but
too quickly.
Corona hasn't gone, so
and at least we get to see more of Joscel's YouTube videos, so I'm happy with that.
Hopefully he'll be able to expand his narrative of Q&As.
Yeah.
So
I think Joscel needs a project in his house, like to build something or build like a pub outdoors, because a lot of people have been building pubs, and I think Joscel would be the fantastic person to build an absolutely amazing pub outdoors. That would make you a lot of views on YouTube. I think you'd have probably a couple million, something like that. Just easy
Got to
work.
pump my back garden.
Sorry,
right,
Joscel. Baby J. Baby J.
What are we going to learn today then? I want to know what we're learning about today.
We are just doing a usual general knowledge, general fact. The first one I've got for you today is that onions can actually cause sleepiness. So it contains don't hold me on the pronunciation, but L-tryptophan.
A chemical. It has a chemical in it.
Chemical, okay. I don't know. And it basically this chemical promotes sleep, which is in onions. So if you're struggling to sleep,
just whack
couple
out
of onions. Just
is that same chemical the one that makes you cry?
No, it's the one that makes you sleep.
I'm crying.
All right, I don't know. Maybe you have a cry and then you fall asleep. Yeah.
Ben, are you okay?
Yeah. You've had a really long day. You just cut some onions and boom, you're out cold after having a quick tea.
I can just imagine like someone like lying, but I can't sleep, just like whacking an onion out from under the bed, just crunching into it. Like,
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so it contains the chemical which I don't want to pronounce to make sure that I can actually stay on this podcast another time.
You can't.
No, I don't want to be. I want to actually get back on this podcast. We've got a lot of big names, and I don't want to ruin my chances.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Even though he has run the fastest ever 100-meter time of 9.58, Usain Bolt actually has scoliosis, which is basically the curvature of the spine.
Does he?
Does he?
Not.
Oh, wow.
He's not perfect, but he can still run fast. So I mean, I'll take scoliosis if I can be the fastest person on the planet.
So if he didn't have scoliosis, he probably could run even faster.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I don't know if it affects.
Does scoliosis affect your running?
Well, it's your back,
your posture's slightly.
Yeah, your posture. I don't know if that would that.
Well, maybe. Do you know what? Maybe it means that he can run faster. Maybe
maybe
thing.
he's cheating.
I'm surprised he's not got that because you can have
doping. Scoliosis is now the new form of doping.
Oh Christ!
Oh,
but you can have surgery
I've got to check
to
you for
fix
scoliosis, please.
Can't you?
Yeah. No, you can have it, but
so I'm surprised someone who's like, I guess maybe he doesn't want to do it before his career.
Yeah, well, I guess like he also kind of like adapted to it as well. So I guess if you start, if you've got scoliosis and turns out you're actually quite quick at running, I maybe as you adapt to it, obviously your foot positioning will be a bit different. And
also, it could if he had any surgery and it screwed up his running or his career, it's a bit of a risk that you don't particularly want to take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, imagine now he's probably. I don't know.
Is he retired? Or is he still?
He's retired. Well, he did that football for a bit, didn't
he? He played football in the Jamaican league, and then he was training with.
I thought he went
Dortmund,
to Australia.
Yeah, that was it. So he went to Australia and played, and he scored. He scored a goal.
Yeah.
And he then went and trained with Borussia Dortmund, which is just so random. But he's a well-travelled athlete now. Probably be into a bit of basketball or something. So,
do you reckon he'll go into coaching or punditry or something, or do you think he'll just to me, it obviously he's got all these world records, so he's got like sponsorship deals. But as like an athlete, you don't actually get a salary, do you?
No,
it's not
your salary is from sponsorships. Yeah,
yeah, because a lot of the like rowers and stuff, they're like.
Oh, a lot of rowers don't make any money.
Yeah, and
he's made a lot of money through like TV.
Well, I was about to say, I think the last time I saw him, he was doing like an Alpro advert or something.
Yeah, I've seen him on the Virgin. The Virgin.
Oh, the Virgin one, yes.
Oh yeah, Virgin. Yeah, you must sign a big deal then.
Yeah, no. So just interesting that someone of that standard's got to where they are, but they've actually got.
Has he written a book? I'm sure he must talk about that.
Scoliosis.
Yeah.
The largest known living organism is an aspen grove, which is a type of tree, and it's estimated to have live for a total of 80,000 years.
80,000.
I bet it's that tree off Avatar.
No way.
Oh, they're tiny. They're not like that.
What's it called?
I've just looked them up. They're very thick.
Aspen grove.
They're really thin.
Aspen Grove.
They're mainly in North America.
It's like the root. Yeah, it's like the root system.
They're tiny, like in comparison to like a big old oak tree. Which I feel like I could push this tree over, whereas an oak tree, I don't think I could.
Yeah, they're not particularly wide, but they are still just a type of tree.
It looks a bit like a silver birch almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I was expecting
80,000 years.
Yeah, because I was expecting
80,000 years.
Those big, massive like California redwoods. Like I was expecting one of them, but that's just 80,000. I'm trying to think, how long have humans been around? I don't even think humans have been around that long.
Less than that.
Yeah,
that's mental.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they saw the dinosaurs?
Yeah, but that must be such a boring life.
The dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago, Ben.
Yeah,
you
but
never
one of
know.
their cousins, uncles, sisters, brothers, mothers,
But no, the
child's,
crocodiles are still around,
boyfriends.
aren't they? So
Yeah, but that's different. Like the crocodiles weren't
They're
what
an
they were
evolution.
65 million. Yeah, they're like a descendant of
yeah,
of
so they
one of
must
those
have seen
dinosaurs.
some form of descendant.
Yeah, crocodiles.
Oh,
But like,
yeah. Okay, I've
Yeah.
got a fantastic idea for a future episode. I will I'll do some research into dinosaurs.
oh,
all different types of
dinosaur
dinosaurs.
special.
Which one?
Oh,
We'll just
go
get some
sorted.
4-year-old on, because that's when you know most about dinosaurs, when you're 4
Yes.
years old, or then when you're like the dad of a 4-year-old. That's
Your
when-
brother, your brother might be quite good for that.
Yeah, no, he's more into
Ask
just
him.
the farming. Well, he's not really
There you go.
dinosaurs.
Farming special. Farming special.
Well, I saw him the other day, and we went on this walk, and I was like, "Oh, that's a nice wheat field." And he was like, "Ben, come on, that's so barley." And I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, sorry, mate."
oh, he flexed on you.
Yeah.
Oh,
He literally he tells me way more about farming than anyone else does.
Nice one. You could hear a blue whale's heartbeat from more than 2 miles away.
jeez, what?
Now that is sick.
The weighs
That's
the animal
Because they're the largest
blue whale,
mammal,
yeah.
aren't they?
the largest
Yeah.
animal. It weighs about 400 pounds.
Mhm.
Wow. I saw a video actually on Twitter the other day of one, and it was like the biggest one that had been spotted. They're absolutely massive.
Mhm.
That's so cool, though. Imagine that you're just having a little scuba dive, and you just hear this bong, and you're like, "Fuck me."
2 miles away.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the thing I remember going to the Natural History Museum, whatever, or something. Apparently, like a blue
Oh, they've
whale's
got the
heart.
skeleton of it, don't they?
Yeah, they have got the skeleton. Apparently, like, their heart is like as big as a mini, like an original Mini Cooper. Like that's how big their
crazy.
hearts are.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Wow.
So no
Are they an
wonder you
endangered
can hear
species?
it.
Oh,
No, I don't think
gosh.
so. No, I don't think so.
Isn't it crazy how, like, I can understand why. Oh, they are listed as endangered.
Mm.
I can understand why people have a fear of the water, because imagine you're just on your boat fishing, and then a bloody blue whale comes underneath you.
Yeah,
Like,
but like
that is
so
scary.
much. There's so like, I think there's so much in the oceans and everything that has never ever been explored. So you don't know. There could be so many other things.
Well,
and
there's-
like, that's so freaky.
I love it as well. I wish in a parallel universe, I think I would have gone into marine biology.
Mhm.
But the issue was I sucked at biology, but I really enjoyed like marine life. I love going snorkeling. I love, looking at vision things.
Mhm.
And I think that would be so cool to, it's ridiculous that we haven't, what is it, 7% of the oceans?
I think
actually
Brian
been-
Cox said we know more about deep space than we know about the Mariana Trench, which is like the deepest.
Which is
part of
mental.
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we'll ever get the equipment
definitely.
that will like actually be able to? Yeah, but it's because of the pressure,
definitely.
isn't it?
No,
That's
no,
why. Yeah,
no,
but it's
no,
the pressure.
100%.
It's the
100%.
pressure.
You would have never
And
thought
the darkness.
you would have never ever thought that we'd be able to send people to the moon, let alone into space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but this is what I mean. Is it's as Harry just said. It's a bit ridiculous that we've sent someone to the moon, but we can't send someone to the bottom of the planet.
No, because I don't think we haven't developed that technology yet, and there isn't the need to be able to discover and explore stuff in the sea. But the whole point of the space race, back when America sent people to the moon, the first time was to beat Russia. But we don't. There's no like need. We don't have to race against China or Russia or America to get someone down the furthest point in the ocean. It's about more the politics and actually about the fact that we want to explore different things. I think if suddenly someone goes, we need to beat them to get to the bottom of the ocean, I think someone will develop something so quickly that we've got the technology is advancing like so rapidly. And I think, even Elon Musk, when he's got the self kind of landing rocket, and you're going, oh my word.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That if you would never have thought 10 years ago that would be possible to do something like that.
Yeah.
And you've got now self-driving cars, like the technology is rapidly growing. So I think at some point we will have explored the whole of the ocean, but I don't think it'll be for another 30, 40 years maybe, just because it's not really, we don't need to yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a shame.
I don't know what you think about that, but I don't think there's a need for it right now.
I was reading a book. It was called Shoe Dog, and it was basically about how Nike started. And in the very end, there's no spoilers, obviously. You find out that one of his sons passed away, and one of his sons passed away because he loved the sea basically, and he was scuba diving. And obviously there is a point where you get to it, and obviously the pressure will just you'll die literally because of the pressure. But he was saying in the book there's something called scuba diving. It's essentially like a scuba diving high. And it's the moment when you're about to die that he was saying it is the best experience a scuba diver can ever have. And it was really weird how he was describing it. So basically you go down, and obviously he didn't intentionally do this, but he got to a point where the pressure got so much that you almost become delirious, so you become really happy and stuff. And so the scuba divers often take out their oxygen mask and just kind of like fall, and they just have this amazing like rush for like 15 seconds, and then they die. But apparently it's like nothing else that a scuba diver will ever feel, and you feel so immersed into the water and things. I thought that was so interesting that
but that's so
something
scary.
like that happens.
It's so weird.
It's obviously scary, but it's like, but he was saying it was nice to know that happens, and he's done a lot of research into it since, because he knew his son died happy, if you get me. Like he was doing something that he loved, and it was a bit like Steve Irwin, as much as that is so sad, I don't think he would have wanted to go out any other way, like, he loved being with animals and things. So that's a bit of knowledge for you all whilst we're on that. That's all right. I thought I'd share that. It's quite interesting. About
what goes on to that.
I don't know how to follow from that.
Yeah, I'm always just mic drop moments.
Another one for you is that 4 times more people speak English as a second language than actually as a native one. So it's one of the most spoken languages in the world, but not natively. So a lot more people can just speak it as a second language than actually as a native language. Which is
so interesting, because first of all, it shows how lazy we are.
Oh, we are so lazy.
English is actually quite a hard language to learn, because there are a lot of
there's so many words.
Obviously for us it's not, but there are so many rules, like I before E except after C, like those sort of things. Like if you were to do written
thing is, sorry Ben to interrupt, but like that rule has been disproven to basically there are more instances where the I comes after E, like or whatever. I can't remember what it was exactly, but but it breaks the rule more than it actually sticks to that rule.
Anyways, there are like so many like different rules in the English language, which I guess if you're learning the basics, I think it would be relatively easy. But when you go into advanced, I think it'd be quite hard.
But if you don't understand how to write it, but if you don't understand how to write some of the words, but you hear the words like wood and wood, people go, well, they're the same word.
There are so many words that
they mean so different. They're different things, but people.
But that's the thing. It's like we have nights. And like they're 2 and 2. Yeah, there and there, like that. Yeah,
basically, but like I think I can't remember who I was talking to about it, but I think it might have been my mum. But she was saying whenever foreign people come over to the UK, they try their hardest. Like I'm ever so sorry that my English isn't up to scratch. I'm trying my hardest to talk to you. And then we go abroad to like Spain or France. We're like, where is the toilet? It
literally is that though.
Just like we talk louder and a bit slower, and hopefully they'll understand.
But
I think it does prove that we are a lazy.
Oh, we're so lazy.
We don't. But like if you go on holiday somewhere, you just expect that person that you go and speak to in the pub, in the shop, anywhere, at a bar, that just speak English. Like you don't even, you're not going to try and speak that language. You're not going to go to Spain and start trying to speak Spanish. You just go, can I have a pint, please? Like they just go, they understand it because
Uno pinto, por favor.
They have to. And if it,
Uno pinto.
Or just start.
Oh god.
Well, I remember when I went on my German exchange, like in year 9, and I remember the first place we went to, because we went on the coach, took 16 hours or whatever, and we stopped at a Burger King just in Germany, and everyone obviously went to Burger King to go and order, and I was like, eine Nummer, and they were like, she was like, I can speak English. I'm like, oh thank God, can I have a number 8, please? Just like...
It is a shame though, isn't it? Like we've made in obviously like all movies and stuff like are spoken predominantly in English, and then like the economic language is pretty much English. If you have international legal issues, it's predominantly English. Like you know, it's,
I think it's just that's just the history
of such a small bloody island, we just decided to run the world. Like
it's just the history of the Commonwealth and the fact that we
Queen Elizabeth,
the past that we had, like, you know, the ownership of so many different countries, and it was like you have to speak our language, you have to speak English, you have to speak this, like that. And then now you think, thankfully, that we don't have that anymore, because it's horrendous. Like, you know, we go to random countries, just rock up on the front door and say, right, thank you, we're having this country, please.
Now make some tea for us.
Yeah.
No,
it's quite interesting that we don't. I think we as a country should learn more languages, but we don't, because we just expect everyone to
do the bare minimum,
be there for us. Well, it's not really the case.
If you could learn one language, what would it be?
Oh yeah,
Mandarin.
I mean,
I'd love to be able to speak Mandarin or Chinese.
Mandarin.
Maybe French. I don't know.
Genuinely.
Probably Mandarin, probably, because it is like a rapidly growing language. But the one I can speak best that isn't English is German. But like only Germany speaks German, so I'm kind of screwed there.
My grandma is French. She so my mum was obviously half French, so I've got like French relatives and stuff. But yeah, do you not know this?
I did not know that. No.
Okay, so my mammy, so French, you know, your grandma. She is French, but she's been in the country for so long that you wouldn't even know if you met her. So I've always had I've got French relatives. We've been to France a lot in the past, but my French isn't amazing, but I'd say that you can get away with it.
Yeah.
And I know that if I go to France, I understand it, but it's not, like Joscel, I'd love to be able to speak Mandarin and Chinese. I watch so many of these videos where just random people just go to like areas in Chinatown in like America, these Americans, and they're just start speaking Mandarin, and the faces of like the people there, they're just like, hang on a second, what? Like they don't understand, because they almost think that people don't want to learn the language. But I'd say Mandarin is just a fascinating language. That being able to understand and speak that would be fantastic, and you know, it's such a heavily spoken language. What about you?
Mine would be Italian.
Your Italian is really good, though.
No, it's not. I had to speak in year 5. I did this play, and I played an Italian chef, and 80% of my lines were in Italian, so I had to learn these Italian lines. And I remember sitting there with my teacher for ages, but the only thing I can remember is benvenuti allo piccolo pizza casa de Ravitelli.
What does that mean?
Just means welcome to my pizzeria.
So Ben is a real hit with the ladies when we go to Italy.
Welcome to my pizzeria, ladies. It's what he calls his bedroom.
Yeah.
Next one. This is actually interesting. I don't know if anyone else, Friday the 13th, anyone else got that kind of weird.
I've had weird stuff happen.
I'm not
with Friday the 13th.
No, I'm not that superstitious about Friday the 13th.
So I kind of am. But the so interesting though, the fear of the number 13 is called
It's the same as the chemical.
How do people make up these words?
It's called what? What's the try? Right, I'm actually going to put this so that you all can try and read this. Look, I'll send this to everyone so that then you can go, oh, hang on. Does that make any sense?
Right.
Try.
Oh, okay.
Tricade.
Oh, no. Triskaidekaphobia. Triskaidekaphobia.
There you go. See how he's got it. So, tridiscophobia. Language.
Yeah.
Boom,
yeah.
easy. So that is the fear of the number 13. So sometimes we'll travel, and I'm like, oh, Mum, what day are we traveling on? And she's like, oh, Friday the 13th. And I'm thinking, oh no, this is not good. Not good. Like, please, getting on a plane.
It was really nice
getting on a plane on Friday the 13th. I'm just like, yeah. But no, that's an interesting one. I know a lot of people get kind of the fear of Friday the 13th, that superstitious that something bad is.
I wonder where did that start?
It
must be.
I don't know.
To do with like
why was 13 regarded as a?
Yeah,
is regarded as a
it must
bad
be like some
number,
old folklore stuff. Like I can't really think of anything else why. But like in America, I think
Friday 13.
Yeah, well, like, in America, like I think black cats are seen as like unlucky, whereas in the UK, traditionally, if you see a black cat, it's very lucky. So it's superstitions all over the place.
Yeah.
Here we go. Some believe number 13 is unlucky because Judas, the betrayer of Jesus Christ, was disciple number 13.
Mm. Fair enough.
Oh, he was the 13th to sit at the table, so that's why people believe it.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how you could orchestrate that into like a Friday the 13th as well.
Oh, it's on a
weird.
It's when the fish and chips are out. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any phobias?
Not necessarily a phobia, but I'm quite superstitious about. I used to be really, really superstitious as a kid, and it's like have you ever like heard the thing of like stepping on a single drain is unlucky?
Yeah.
So I
not a single.
I thought I was stepping on 3.
No,
I thought it was like
I don't step on 3.
Fair. So what I was taught as a kid, which is different. So I was taught single drains are unlucky, but if you see a double drain, if you step on them, it's lucky. So like I remember as a kid, like I'd be walking to. Like, so our sports field was like across the village. So like I'd be there with my friends, be like, "Oh, don't step on that drain! Oh, there's a double one over there! Quick, everyone run!" Like 5 or 6 kids would just run across to this other like double drain just to step on it. Like, oh, I might score.
See, the odd thing for me is that even to this day, I don't know why, but you'll never catch me walking under a sign or under a ladder. You'll never catch me doing that. I don't even know why.
I think under a ladder, I think it's just in case it falls down. Like not necessarily because
ladders that makes sense. But a sign, I'll never ever walk under a sign.
Well, I know what I'm going to do when you come back to Oxford. I'm just going to put up a sign against the door.
I'm like, nah, mate. What?
Nah, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really that superstitious. I don't think. There are some things like I think I start something. So say if I go to at the moment, well, obviously not at the moment, but recently, if I go to watch Portsmouth play in my football team, I have to wear a certain fleece because every time that I've gone, they've won when I've worn that fleece for like last 4 times.
Yeah.
So I truly believe that I need to wear that fleece.
Well, it's also like we all played American football at uni, and it's like I've got, it's not necessarily like superstitions, but I've got a routine I do on game day, and like, if I get out of that routine, I feel it feels a bit weird. And it's just sort of like the way I pack my bag, and then the way I sort of get.
Yeah, but it's not like but if you lose, you then don't change what your superstition is. Do you? So that's just routine, I guess.
Yeah. But it does feel off. Like, I've had a couple of games where like I felt off because I haven't quite done the routine, or I couldn't do it because of other stuff.
So I've got one or two more. I've got one which is about the lyrebird. So the lyrebird can mimic almost any sound that it hears.
I've seen the video of this before.
Yeah, so it can mimic like chainsaws, anything. Like it's quite fascinating.
Yeah.
The what bird?
The lyrebird.
Lyrebird.
Is it Lyre or something?
Lyre bird.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
So like it can copy other animals as well. So you might think,
it's a weird looking bird. It looks like a pheasant.
Really odd. Really odd.
And then it kind of has like a peacock essence to it. But
yeah,
they're kind of cool.
Yeah, no,
in Australia.
No, because I remember I was my brother showed it to me actually, and he was like, I was like, oh, that's so cool, because I think it mimicked like a camera clicking, like a camera shutter. The video he showed me, and like I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But he's like, yeah, but the bird originally would just mimic other animals, and then the humans came and like chopped down all the trees, and then tourists came and took photos of it, and now it's just mimicking that because it sees it as a threat. I'm like, oh, okay.
Does it mimic what it? So it mimics to protect itself, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ah.
Imagine if a lion could, this little bird.
That was
like gunshots, and you're like, get down! It's like there's a bird over there. Bird doing it. Or it does the thing from Shark Tale, and you think there's a bloody shark there.
It's like it's like was it the Gruffalo or something where like the little mouse dances on the it shows his shadow against the fire flames or something. It's just like
That's a cool thing to have, actually. That's a cool bird.
Oh man.
And also just the last final kind of one is that the skin on your eyelids is the thinnest skin you have on your body, which is, I don't know, it's pretty obvious, but it's just quite like, the thinnest skin on your body is the eyelids.
Protecting arguably one of the most
That's
important...
weird, yeah. Like, because I've cut my eyelid before. And I was... Yeah.
Oh, God.
He was in a massive fight. He was tough.
Yeah, got in this fight with this brambles bush, and I just I had to give it one, and it came back at me, and tripped over, and luckily I closed my eyes and it cut my eyelid. Which is really weird to think about now, how close it could have been to my actual eye.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's I
don't know about eyes. Eyes are a bit.
They're a bit gross. So like I like when you get something stuck in your eye, whatever. Like what I do is I lift my eyelid up and then I drop it and then blink it, and that normally gets it out. But it's weird to think that's the thinnest skin on my face, on my entire body, and I'm just going and just like flicking it, just to try and get something out of my eye. Lamo, just another massive thank you for coming on. Again, imparting your wisdom, sharing the knowledge with the world and us. And it is really weird just thinking some of these facts. Like you just never think about it before. Like, oh yeah, eyelids are the thinnest skin on your body, but like that's also quite scary. So thank you for putting fear into me. Yeah.
Thank you for having me on again.
I like that one about Usain Bolt as well. I think that's really good.
Yeah,
that was really interesting.
That was. I think if we do another one of these, I'd like each one of you to bring on a fact that you found yourself.
Good idea. Good shout.
A fun fact.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, Harry's right in there.
Harry, if you bring one on about
School of Rock.
I will be. You will be resigned from the podcast if that happens.
Right. Oh dear. Anyway, thank you very much again, Lamo, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome.
You're dismissed.
Another massive thank you for Lamo for coming on. He's imparting his wisdom really is an interesting thing and a highlight of my month. Would you say so, guys?
The month.
you say his wisdom, you mean Google's wisdom.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh,
okay, guys, thank you for coming and listening to another week. Next week, we're going to do Nothing to Watch again, and we're going to watch Alexander Hamilton on Disney Plus. Go stream it if you've not seen it. It is so good.
You can get a free week as well.
Excited to see the original. Yeah, you can get a free week on Disney Plus. Go check it out. And next week we'll be back. And have a good week.
We'll see you next week.
Have a good week, guys. Goodbye. Adios. I'll bring out a word to say goodbye. Ciao.